Hi, I'm Penny, this is Helen. We are two from Out of the Ashes, and we're here with a little dose of positive, uplifting news for you.
Good news!
Yes!
That's what we want.
And Helen's going to go first because she's found a butterfly to get excited about.
I have. You know I love nature, anything to do with nature. And this is really good news. This is news from the UK. And it's, I've got to look, this is the checkered skipper, which was previously extinct in the 1970s in the wild. And they've just done a reintroduction program, which I think started in 2018, where they got doned, and it's thriving. So it's now thriving in a community, and it's a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. So you need to have a look at the link if you're really interested in nature. And this is in Northamptonshire. This is a place called, I think it's called Fine Shade Woods. So go and have a look, see if you can find
Just bear in mind when you're hearing about quotes on butterflies, the Butterfly Association has been saying numbers were down significantly in 2024.
Yeah.
Are we surprised? It peed with rain for the whole year. So don't let that make you too down in the mouth.
No.
Butterflies don't do well when it rains.
No.
And we won't take responsibility quite so much for that one.
But it's still good news because...
Great news.
Yeah, you know they have the big butterfly count every year.
The transect.
Yes, that was down. That's what you're referring to. So this is good news.
But this is good news. And then it's my turn off to Oregon, where the Chinook Salmon has made a comeback. Now, the Chinook Salmon had not been seen in Oregon since 1912. And it's a salmon that's very precious to the tribes there. And when it disappeared due to damming of the river, it obviously caused a lot of upset. But since then, the dams have been taken down and the river is now flowing as it should. And true to form, the Chinook salmon is back. And I just love this because it just shows that put nature back as it was meant to be, as God made it, and things start appearing again. So be up-heartened for that one.
It will heal. Nature heals.
Well, it's incredible.
Heals itself.
Yeah.
It is. It's amazing. But I did have a little smile there because the Chinook salmon, I just had this little
You're picturing a
image.
helicopter.
I am, with a little rotary blade on its back, like floating up.
And they're not at risk, Chinook helicopters.
The Chinook, no.
Plenty of those around.
Anyway, this is my favourite story of the week. This is a fabulous organisation called Planting Justice, and this is in Oakland in California. And I've just got so much to say about this, but I'm not going to because I want you to look at the link and look at it for yourself because they say it a lot better than we can. But it's basically a rehabilitation for prisoners that come out of incarceration, as they call it out there, and they go to a nursery. So this is a nursery that specialises in employing people who wouldn't otherwise have a great chance of getting a job, and they'll say this themselves in the interviews. So basically they're straight into a really caring, loving community with people who understand where they're coming from. They are given a wage, a good
proper
wage,
living wage.
proper wage.
Yeah.
They are also have the resources around them to eat properly. Now this is a big thing. This is a thing that stood out for me. People are losing weight. They're feeling healthier. Their mental health is improving because they are taking what they're growing and they're eating fresh.
Not only they're eating fresh, but they're eating vegetables.
Yes.
And there's a lovely little bit in the video shows what they were eating before they started working this garden centre. And they said we went to the corner store and we'd eat what we found there. And it was the picture that shows us packets of Pringles. And I just thought, oh my goodness. But this is what we need to be doing. We need to be eating vegetables and fruit. And
yeah, definitely. But it was just, what I loved about it was they're in nature again, healing. They are they have that sense of self-worth of being part of a community. That's really, really important. And this is the statistic I wanted to show you. In 14 years of this organisation running and employing ex-prisoners, only one has gone back in prison for reoffending. And that is amazing. And if you watch
They
it...
call it recidivism. I love that word. I just had to get that in. Recidivism.
Yeah,
and I think recidivism is normally at something like 60%, I believe.
Yeah.
And here it's down
it's less than 2%.
It's just
and
amazing.
I think they do mention in other areas of the country it's like 40 or 50% reoffending numbers. So you've got to go and see it. You're going to love it. Absolutely love it. So buy fresh.
Is it my turn?
What's your next story?
My turn is about clearing plastic, clearing plastic from the oceans. We have a huge problem with plastic. You've only got to go to your local supermarket, and Kevin and I try really hard, and I suspect you're the same. We eat a lot from our own gardens, and it's got very few miles on it. But if you can't do that, and you're buying in the supermarket, trying to avoid plastic on the darn stuff is unbelievably difficult. And it just seems so ridiculously pointless. But anyway, this stuff ends up in the sea. If you're lucky, it'll be one of the plastics that might take 100 years to break down. If it gets buried, it might never break down. Plastic is such a huge issue. So there are two things that have happened. So two links to come up here. One is that a group in China have come up with a sponge made of cotton and chitin, which soaks this stuff up, and it tends to take up about 99.9%, so really virtually all of it. And it looks like a really useful way ahead for deplasticizing the sea. And at the same time, there is a group of scientists in Japan who've unveiled their new plastic-free plastic. And of course, we're getting increasing amounts of potato starch-based plastics and things that we're getting in the UK. So there are more and more around. Stuff is happening.
Yeah, there does seem to be more things available, alternatives now, so compared to like a few years ago. But it's impossible to buy stuff without plastic.
Almost
impossible.
We go to an organic vegetable store.
Yeah, but I'm talking about sort of like people who have got no choice and they have to go to maybe some of
4 apples wrapped in polystyrene in a plastic bag. Ridiculous.
Crazy.
Don't get us started. Anyway, we think we probably ought to shut up. It's time for us to go. But please remember to like, to subscribe, to go and find our music. We're musicians, really, which is why we're so incredibly bad at this. But look out for us, say hello, comment, send us stories that you think we ought to be talking about, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah, send us your good news. We'd love to hear that.
Yes. Take care. God bless.
Bye.